They don't quite understand our culture, our local culture, and their culture is a bit different. So when we talk to them, when they shake their head, doesn't mean they understand. So this is something that we all Singaporeans got to know. Okay. So I have been serving the migrant workers for 15 years, since 2006, when I first helped to start a migrant ministry in Geylang, right in the red district. So in Geylang Lorong 23, there was a community clinic called Health Serve. So after working there for 10 years, I realized that there's a lot of care needed for injured workers. So I came out from Health Serve. I started a new NGO called SG Accident Health Center. So we focus on giving rehab to injured workers in Little India. Okay, so that was 4 years ago. So I started this SG Accident Health Center to help injured workers or on work in injury or also road accident injury. So when we started in Little India, there was a lot of workers also came from dormitory to ask for this help, because many of the workers also have back injury. So they did not report work injury, so they continue to work. So after 2 years of operating in Little India, we met Salvation Army. So we go to the dorm to start similar rehab, physio, TCM for the workers working in the dormitory. So that time, Brother Cedric was the head of surgeon. So we started the ministry at ST Lodge. So later I will show you the ST Lodge photo. So this is the biggest dormitory in Singapore with 25,000 workers. So it's a huge dormitory. It built like a condominium with 10 blocks of resident. It's 18 story, 10 blocks. And it has full facilities. It has supermarket, it has barber shop, it has remittance, it has tele shops, it has gym and swimming pool. No, sorry, swimming pool not included. Joking. So it's like a full condominium but without swimming pool. So it's really a showpiece for Singapore, So every time you see news, you see ST Lodge, very nice. It's called purpose-built dorm. So we were there to serve the workers. And since it's the biggest dorm in Singapore, actually it's the worst dorm in terms of numbers of attempt suicide cases. So 1 year, there's about 6 cases. Especially last year, COVID peak time, most of the cases you see is in the dormitory. It's terrible, There's 6 attempt suicide case, and many cases reported that they wanted to quit and go home. So we were really busy serving the workers there, and we really can't cope. So we start to recruit a lot of volunteers to help. That's why we call in many other churches to come together as one Christian bodies to serve the workers there. So till today, we have 6 churches serving together in this ST Lodge. So before the COVID time, we expanded one more dormitory in Tuas. This dormitory called Tuas View Dorm. So the name already quite view means sea view, Most of the room, when you look up, is sea view, Wow, it's fantastic, very nice. You can see JB, right in front of you, actually can swim over if you are a good swimmer. But this is also one of the worst dorm in Tuas because it's so far. The workers do not go out after work, so they simply after work they also go back to the dormitory to sleep and to uh, download movies to watch lah. Every day after work, nothing to do. So it's also because of the distance and money that they need to spend. They rather don't spend the money and waste the time to travel up and down. It'll take them 2 hours. So they have no time unless they got really want to meet their friend in Little India, then they come down on Sunday. But if they can, they will not want to travel. So when we are there, we provide a lot of entertainment and program and event for them. So actually, we make them more happier working in Singapore and also more meaningful because we teach computer, we teach them English, and we do health screening. We do many programs with them. So we keep them occupied with events so that they can learn something when they are free. So this after last year when COVID time was still in the peak, our friend Brother Cedric quit this year, beginning of this year, and I was asked to join Salvation Army. So I joined because I was so happy that I see the Brother Marcus. You all know Brother Marcus. I got recording. Better don't say bad thing about him. Okay.
Don't worry.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, Brother Marcus say, hey, come, join Salvation Army. So okay I joined since he invited me. So I was happy to join Salvation Army because he told me the whole army behind you. Wow, so I was so happy to join. So far, yes, I work with Singapore Central Corps, and I have met up Brother Daniel, who we have start to talk how to find a program that can everybody can serve together. So today I will share about what we did last time and what we can do in the future together. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, yeah, okay. So we are with Salvation Army under the Sojourn program. Okay, so okay, so this is our mission statement. So Sojourn program is a field unit of the Salvation Army. Means we are really on the ground. So the message is based on the Bible. His ministry is motivated by the love of God. His mission is to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ to migrant workers and to meet their needs in His name without discrimination. So it sojourns with migrant workers in the love of God, to improve the quality of their life, rebuild broken life, and restore hope. It builds community and connects people across cultures. Okay, so we don't look down on the migrant workers because in my 15 years of migrant ministry, I came across some Singaporeans, they really look down on the migrant workers. So we also do education to the schools, to the students, so that they have the opportunity to mingle with the migrant worker, that change their mindset. So our motto is every worker, my brother, because God created everything. They are also our brother. Okay? Yeah. So our ministry are holistic care and development. It covers body, soul, and spirit. Okay, this have you seen the Watoto concert 2 years ago? So we organized it in the dormitory and the recreation center. So many migrants were so happy that they were able to see live performance in the dormitory. So let's see one video of this.
This is my story. This is my soul. Lost in the darkness. You welcome me home. You've given me hope. A reason to live. Let the whole world know the salvation of our God. This is my story. This is my soul. You have redeemed me. Call me your own. Greater you see that's living in me. Let the whole world know what you've done in me. You make all things new. You make all things new. God of signs and wonders. God of signs and wonders. You make all things new. You make all things new. God of signs and wonders. God of signs and wonders. This is my story. This is my soul. You have redeemed me. For me, oh, oh. Then I see that's living in me. Let the whole world know what you've done in me. You make all things new. You make all things new. God of signs and wonders. God of signs and wonders. You make all things new. You make all things new. God of signs and wonders. God of signs and wonders. You are signs and wonders. Signs and wonders. Signs and wonders. I want the but now what is that to me? Jesus said and set me free. I once was blind, but now I see. I once was lost, but now I'm here. Still love the past to tell of this story. Our life is the evidence of His grace and glory. Signs and wonders of His kingdom near. Signs and wonders that the King is here. All things new. You make all things new. God of signs and wonders. God of signs and wonders. You make all things new. You make all things new. God of signs and wonders. God of signs and wonders. You make all things new. You make all things new. God of signs and wonders. God of signs and wonders. You make all things new. You make all things new. God of signs and wonders. God of signs and wonders.
Okay, do you believe we have about 200 to 300 salvations over these Watoto concert sharing by this major Kunan? So it was really praise God for these souls that has been saved during the Watoto concert. So okay, so when we first started the ministry at the SC Lodge, we actually formed alliances called Migrant Worker Ministry Strategic Alliances. So it consists of SG Accident Health Center and a few other churches involved. So together we serve the workers in the ST Lodge. So that's how I get to know Brother Marcus, and he called me in. So at the dormitory, actually, we do a lot of activities to bring benefit and care and love to the workers staying in the dormitory. So we do health screening, movies screening, and outings. Festival celebration. We celebrate Easter Day. We celebrate Diwali. We fast and breakfast with the Muslim Bangladeshi workers. We celebrate Christmas. So we celebrate quite a number of festivals with the migrant workers to bring joy and love to them. So we have weekly and monthly outreach to Indian workers and Chinese workers. So weekly we also have classes conducted by the volunteers, and we do have the physiotherapy and a TCM given to the workers. So this is our centers at the Terusan Recreation Center. So it's together with SG Accident and River Life Church, we give English and computer classes weekly to the workers from the nearby dormitories. This is our centers at the ST Lodge, where I mentioned 25,000 workers. You see, looking at the two blocks there, do you think that this is a condominium or is a dormitory? It's a dormitory actually. Yeah. So these are the churches partners that we work together. So last year at COVID peak time, we set up a community health center, physical health center at the ST Lodge too. So this is a counseling room where we provide one-to-one counseling to the workers that has some mental stress or some issues with the families or with the employer. So this is we bought all our things at RSI at a very, very low price. So thanks to RSI for giving us so much discount. So this is the Seaview dormitory I mentioned just now at the Tuas site. So we started a clinic there also, providing physio, TCM, and sometimes there's a specialist clinic run there too. Okay, yeah, these are physiotherapies, these are TCM, standard services we provide in the dormitory. Yeah, counseling, the classes, yeah, outing. Okay, just how I show this arrow here, you see one Indian worker climbing out the coconut tree. So this is actually my first time encountering this worker climbing up the climbing out the coconut tree as my work. I was so scared that he fell and then cannot claim insurance. But after finding out from the rest of the workers, actually all of them know how to climb the coconut tree. It's part and parcel of their training, or they are grown up in the village. So not to worry. If you see them climbing the coconut tree, is all their inborn skill that they have. Okay. So yeah, we do health screening. Actually, health screening is so important as part of our service to the migrant workers, because over the years we see many workers has stroke. So when the stroke happened to them, they are finished. They will be sent back to their home country. They can't continue to work here, and it's not capable under any insurance. So it's good to detect early and at least detect it, and then they can be treated for high BP or diabetes. We do the blood glucose test also with this nursing student from the college. Yeah, this is our Chinese fellowship weekly Sunday service. That's all. This is before the COVID. So usually there's about 3,000 Chinese workers staying in ST Lodge. So average there's about 100 over workers attending our weekly Chinese service. So for Indian workers, almost 50% of the population in ST Lodge is Indian worker. So when we have any event, we have a space constraint. So this center actually is 10,000 square feet, and we can easily fit 500 to 600 workers sitting on the floor without chairs, which the workers preferred. Yeah. So last year, we started this helpline because we were banned from going to the dormitory. So, but we still want to continue to serve the worker. So we started a community harmony helpline. So this is our poster. It will be pasted on the rooms of the dormitory that we are serving. We don't provide island-wide because we cannot do so big. So we only go to the dormitories that we are serving, especially the factory converted dorm. What is factory converted dorm compared to those purpose? Because most of the factory converted dorm, they are obviously converted from a light industrial factory. There won't be any facility provided in the dormitory. So basically, the worker only have their room and then the toilet. So during COVID time, when they are being confined in the dormitory, they have nowhere to go. So they can't cook also. So they are given catered food, which is quite lousy. So, okay. So we started a basic helpline to support the workers. So we need volunteers at level 1. Just be a helpline operator. So we will do training first to the volunteers. So they will just man the helpline in the scheduled duty timing. So we actually man 24 hours, but we only need volunteers who help to man in the evening from 7 to 10 p.m. Basically, it's very simple, taking down the workers' information and what help do they need. Actually, we have a standard template. It's quite simple. So we will do the level 2 support. That means with our caseworker and some key volunteer, we will pick up the case and solve the problem. Either we outsource to other NGO or MOM or IMH or SOS. So for volunteers, we only need you all to support at level 1. So not to worry and panic when the workers ask you a lot of questions. You're not supposed to solve their problem. So we will help to solve their problem. So, okay, due to the COVID, we have a new strategy to serve the workers. So we'll implement stage 1, the helpline first. So when the time permit, MOM allow, we will go in to set up a help desk, which we can physically meet the migrant workers, and we will start the talks, mental wellness talk. It can be many type of talk that we already designed, and we can't go there physically to organize the talk. We'll do to Zoom and outing. Yeah. So later stage, if MOM clears and relax the rules, we will bring the workers out for outing. So we have done one very big scale one with 300 plus workers to go to this Singapore River cruise at the Clarke Quay for a 40-minute river cruise. So this is also my first time there. It's really beautiful, and the workers really enjoy it. We see a lot of workers doing video, calling the family to tell them they are on a cruise. Actually, it's really very heart touching and beautiful moments that the workers share with their families after so long being cooped up in a dormitory for a year. Yeah. So these are the needs that we need for the volunteers. We need helpline operator. We need excursion leaders. We need event planners. We need befrienders. Everyone can be befrienders. We need English teacher, computer teachers, physiotherapists, occupational therapists if you are one. We need TCM practitioner, medical doctor, nurses, musician, life skill trainer, and barrister. Wow, this is something very new that we will be partnering a few parties to start a cafe next to the centers in Little India. So as a migrant worker training center, so we will want to train the injured workers or any workers that has a dream to start business back in their home country. So we see quite a number of migrant workers when they receive the compensation, they go back to their home country, they start business. And because they didn't plan and they don't know how to do business, they did not know how to run the business properly. Many of them fail. Actually, many of them fail. And you see them back work in Singapore. So we want to set up such center to provide a free food. It's a soup kitchen to the injured workers, so they can walk in to have a meal in our cafe, and also train how to entrepreneur. So I like this verse by this quotes from Catherine Wu. If we are to be better, the future, we must disturb the present. So we although COVID is a disaster, it's a pandemic, but we see a lot of opportunity to serve the migrant workers. So it's really a time that we should all united together, and we can see the needs of the migrant workers. They are really they are in a foreign land. Okay, I've been to Cambodia and Vietnam working for a year, so I really understand as a foreigner how they feel, because it's language wise. Actually, it's quite difficult for them to communicate properly. Also, they cannot express themselves. They cannot really say what they want to say, because in English is not their main language. Also, they don't know our law also. So, and also because of the huge agent fee that they pay, they are really at the mercy of the employment agent, at the mercy of the employer, which they have to tahan and make sure that they don't lose a job. So there's a lot of unfairness in the employment also. Now we can just quick and change job, right? But they can't. They can't quick and change job. They have to quick and then go back to the home country and then come again to find another agent to pay an agent fee to come again. So it's a bit of unfair in this aspect. So we have been giving feedback to MOM to look into changing these rules to allow the migrant worker to change job if it's not suitable for them. So there's a lot of opportunity we can you can love them as they are our neighbors. In the Bible, actually told us, Leviticus told us that we should treat them the same. We shouldn't treat them like a foreign alien living in our country. So we really hope that we want to see more Christian bodies who can rise up this time and help the marginalized migrant workers. So another project which I want to share is farming, vegetable farming. Actually, we have the opportunity to do farming as a therapy in one of the dormitory in this Tai Seng area. So this dormitory operator actually opened up to us and give us actually quite big, quite all the walls in the dormitory, So we can start to plant herbs. We can plant kangkong, we can plant tomato. All these are very easy to grow vegetable. So when we grow all these vegetable, we actually humble ourselves to learn from the foreign workers, because they are all farmers, We are not farmers. So they are farmers. We learn from them how to grow. But this time around, I'm able to get a school, Republic Poly, which they have this horticulture course. The students and instructors, the lecturers are willing to come in partnership with us to go to the dorm and do this project with the workers. Okay, what they want to teach the worker is hydroponics. I think they're trying to show the workers actually vegetable can be grown on the water beside the soil, So we will do two systems there, and we can grow the crops together. So after that, we can harvest and makan. So of course, we will grow the salad type of vegetable, so that is harvest within 28 days, and we can have the fruits and enjoy the fruits together. So this is a project I wish to open to the Balestier Corps. If you can rally volunteers to come together to do it in the dorm. But that will be quite a good project. Actually, you can start doing small farming in your place. You can start very small farming to get a taste of it. If you want, we can actually start something simple first. Yeah. So thank you very much for listening. I don't know, is it very boring or something? I hope you take back something. How the workers really, I think it's quite hard on them. They can't go out after work. They only can go back to the dorm since last year April. So it's more than 1 year already. They cannot go out. So every time we hear people calling the helpline, when can we go out to, like, Singaporean? Why Singaporean can go out? Why we cannot go out? Most of them are not only more than 50% of the workers got COVID before, That's quite scary. And every 2 weeks they have to do digging nose, the swab test, It's quite, it's not comfortable one. So actually, yeah, let's rise up and show them care and love during this difficult time in Singapore, because their families actually are also suffering as that. You look at India, it's terrible, right? Every day there's so many thousand cases and so many people die. So we have workers, their family die during this COVID. So it's quite sad. They wanted to go back, but then they can't go back. If they go back, they'll lose their job. So it's really hard time for the workers now. Yeah. Other than Daniel, back to you. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Brother Eric. So I open to the floor. Is anyone want to ask any questions about the migrant worker?
Can I ask who is sponsoring all this program for them? Is it the government or what?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Who is sponsor?
This program for the migrant workers? Where does the
Oh,
money
it's-
come from? From a donation or from?
Yeah.
Partly
It comes from donations from the church that we partner, and
Okay.
some of the fund is from Salvation Army itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank.
Brother, sorry, I have a question to ask. I'm Helen. So, wonder how are they being paid? Is it a fair their salary for them to survive, or standard? Is their salary pay standard or according to their job?
Yeah. Okay, the Chinese earn the most because they are skilled workers. They can earn something like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, but with a lot of OT. Basically, they are working 12 to 14 hours for the Chinese worker. Actually, they want to work more so that they can earn more. So for the Indian and Bangladesh worker, they only earn $18, $20, or maybe $22 a day. So their salary is less than $1,000, really less than $1,000. So minus makan and minus the expenses here, they can only send about $400 back. Sometimes some can send more. Some the salary higher, they can send more. But they need to pay the agent fee. So let's open up to the floor. You know how much agent fee they are paying for Bangladeshi workers to come to Singapore to work? Can you all make a guess?
2,000.
How many?
2,000.
2,000. Well, that's a Chinese worker agent fee. But for Bangladeshi workers, okay, you all guess one more time. Okay, I tell you the answer. It's more than 10,000. It's between 10,000 to 15,000. Actually, Salah one, they don't know how to calculate the sum. Sure die one, the how much money they are earning, 600, 800 or $1,000 a month. They have to pay $10 over $1,000 to come here to work. So during this COVID time, they cannot work, So they cannot service the loan. Some of the families, they lost their land. They lost many things. They cannot pay. So it's really jialat. I can only say jialat. But they just hope that they can finish the first contract. Nothing happened to them. The following years, they can make the money. So it's their gamble.
So maybe I ask a question that just how you say that one of the event they got people as Jesus Christ. So normally how the center going for the follow up?
Okay, actually we have churches anchoring the service. They will follow up with the workers. Sometimes it's a bit difficult because they may change dormitory, but we will still keep in touch with them. So good thing is now, good thing the COVID forced us to go into the Zoom, and then many workers from different dormitory or they have move out, they can continue to fellowship on the Zoom. So if we go on a location basis at the dorm, sometimes it's very hard to follow up. We do organize alpha course. Actually, alpha course is quite good. It attract the workers to come in and have open mind to attend the course with nice makan, nice fellowship, and no pressure lah. So actually, we organized 3 alpha course, and we also got quite a number of salvation to the alpha course.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other questions you want to ask? No more. So silent means that it's no more lah, huh?